So Shandy, you're a new scheme teacher who is in my team at the school. I've been working closely with you for the last couple of years, and even though you've achieved your proficiency as a new scheme teacher, you were looking for opportunities to build your capacity across the school. We noticed from working on kindergarten together that there was a number of children who had significant social issues, and after completing an autism spectrum course together, we decided it was a great idea for you to take on the opportunity to develop a social story for these students. Can you just talk a little bit about that for me?
Yeah, so basically the social stories are linked directly to the autism training that we received, and working together, these social stories were developed for individual student needs and has supported them both in the playground and in the classroom, and improved their behaviour across a term, which is the approximate amount of time we've been using them, and we're seeing positive benefits from these social stories.
I think one of the really fun things we've done at Mayfieldies was actually link our social skills streaming program back into those stories, so that the children were constantly learning the skill in class, but then looking in their social story to achieve those skills as well, which you managed to link really closely through your performer. And then you were able to actually take that and develop your own capacity and take that to the staff and help with the creation of them. You were given a bit of time off to work with staff. How was that for you in developing your own capacity in order to lead other teams throughout the school?
I think the consistency of being able to put a range of social stories together and working with the other teachers benefits me, because I get to see the diverse range of children, and am able to use the language across the school that is promoted within these stories, and it just promotes consistency in our expectations of the children.
Yeah, and I think finally, I guess what we've seen is a change in the whole the language used across the school. The common language from the social skills streaming is then linked with the teacher in their social skills stories for particular students in their class. How do you think across the board that's gone with you driving that through the school?
Once again, it's the consistency of the language being used. The kids are using it in the playground, the teachers are using it in the classrooms, and it just provides that atmosphere of knowing what the expectations are and knowing how to deal with the problems should they arise.
I think Andrew and I have been working on together for the children that are still struggling a little bit with following our social skills program that we have, is we've been making some social stories which they've really responded to, and what we've also done is linked how the social skills program fits in with their social stories. And I actually had one of the teachers' aides come to me today really super excited, because she was able to prevent an escalation of emotions simply by bringing the student down and going through this particular social story where this student is the boss of his own emotions. The language, once again, is similar to the social skills that we're using, and he was able to implement this himself by simply coming down, reading through the book and thinking about the steps that he needs to take to do the calming.
And that actually happened with him the other day as well on Thursday afternoon. He actually was able to come down just before the end of the day, and it really prevented a big escalation in behaviours. So
and the same with this little fella who obviously we all know has a little problem with personal space, and this has really helped him with it. And he actually referred to this book himself without even seeing it, because I praised him for the way he had asked to borrow something off somebody else's table, and I said, that's how we treat our friends, that's great, that's what we need to do. And he said, yeah, just like I treat the chickens.
And also
after that.
He's been able to take that book out in the playground with the teacher's aides and actually work through that at lunchtime, so that's helping.
And it's also something the parents, the people that he lives with, they've actually asked for a copy as well, because they're seeing similar behaviours at home. So not only is it consistent at school, it's also consistent in the home as well.
Be a hard worker. Sometimes when I am in class I get angry and upset, but that is okay because I am the boss of my emotions.